but it's never like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah, it's not like cardboard or anything. I would take that over like a DiGiorno's any day.
And they got some nicer options, like I'd like to get their like deep dish Detroit style, and that's actually pretty good. Sometimes the quality control on it, but like it's usually pretty good.
Depends on the part of the day and how busy they are, really.
Yeah, who made it? You know, because the 16-year-old who made it may or may not give a shit.
Yeah, fair.
As any fast food product may suffer from. By the way, Jen, I did listen to the podcast, and I don't know why he picked anybody other than you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They didn't believe me when I said that I got robbed. They're like, yeah, no, I got robbed.
The French Revolution joke had me rolling on the floor. It shouldn't have even been a little question. It shouldn't even have been a question after that. Maybe you did scare him, though. You probably did scare him.
Well,
I mean, you did let your freak flag fly, so.
I mean, that's not my problem.
Listen, if
no, that's what I'm saying. Just some people are not into that.
Oh my god! And then that one woman did like they asked. Oh my god! They're like, what's the most awkward thing that's ever happened to you at work?
Yeah.
And I was like, a student tried to buy me food, like hit on me. I was like, hey professor, can I buy you something to eat? And then the two girls in the middle were both ultrasound technicians.
Mm-hmm.
And the one woman was like, a guy came on me while I was doing the ultrasound of his balls. And then the other woman was like, hey, have some transphobia. And
I was like, ooh. I heard that one, and I was like, this is a comedy show, but that is bull.
Like, my date and I were looking at it, we're making eye contact, and he mouths, what the fuck? And I mouth, don't know. We're just like, I'm like, lady, like, she was like, yeah, sometimes I have to do transvaginal ultrasounds on trans men, so I'm giving ultrasounds to people with hairy legs and a mustache, and you have to call. And I'm like,
and the headphones are coming back off.
No, it just took me a while to I thought you were just pulling an Olivia, but then you just explained it, and I was like, oh damn, she went there.
yeah, no, legitimately, like, yes. I'm like,
wow.
The magic of improv.
The reason she didn't get picked.
Magic.
yeah.
The magic of improv. I think that's just trauma dumping. I think that was just trauma dumping.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of was, though. Like, I remember one of the girls on the show was like, let me tell you, dating's been real bad. I don't like anything about it. And it was like, it wasn't funny.
God.
It was just like trauma dump.
Yes. They asked like, what do you hate about dating? And they had all these answers, and I'm sitting over here like, I like dating. I have a pretty good time with it. And so my answer was just, I'm way smarter than most of the people I date.
Which I thought was very funny.
Yeah. My date also thought it was funny.
I like that. I like your commitment to the Dommy Mommy Act.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
But what did you think of the hosts, though? Like, of the comedy show itself. Like, I know some of the guys were cracking jokes and stuff, and I was like, sometimes they're funny.
Yeah, sometimes they're funny. The main guy, Todd, is probably the most consistently funny. The, like, color commentator is my friend Jason, and so, like, I'm biased because he's actually my friend. But he's either really funny or really not. Like, he's super funny if it hits, and not funny if it doesn't.
I'm a terrible judge of it because I never watch stand-up.
Yeah. It was not the strongest improv show I've ever seen. Yeah.
I think you were really the only one making me laugh. I don't know if anybody else ever made me laugh.
Thanks.
I'll listen to it later.
Afterwards, Jason was like, "Yeah, you were definitely like the most comfortable up there, and were the funniest." And I was like, "I have spent more than a decade in a classroom, which is basically just performance art, anyway." And then also, I've played like thousands of hours of D&D, which is all improv.
Thousands of hours in like 2 years.
Right. Yeah.
Very consistent.
I mean, it is a skill to maintain the attention span of young students for the amount of time that you do. So, you know, captivating an
require a lot of
audience's
improv.
attention.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Especially when you can't use the words like fuck and shit.
Oh no, you can use those words. Oh well.
As a teacher,
Okay.
I mean, I definitely will. I will say shit. I definitely say shit in the classroom a lot.
well, I mean, it's looked down.
I
Bitches
I
tenured, can't be
very
fired.
oh yeah. I will occasionally apply a good fuck. Mm. Phrasing. Not in the classroom. I do that in my personal time.
There.
Aw, get a kit. But I will drop an F-bomb for effect from time to time.
Just kind of
You know.
rope them back in.
The shock and awe ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like writing a quiz on the board, and I write in cursive because that's how my brain works. So I wrote quiz with like the old-fashioned Q, the one that looks like a fancy 2.
Yeah.
And my students are like, "What does that say?" And I was like, "It's a quiz." And they're like, "That's a Q." They're like, "That's not a Q." And I'm like, "It is." They're like, "No, it's not. That's not a Q." And I'm like, "No, you're right. I'm just fucking with you." And like, the whole classroom is like, it's like, "What? I don't know why you're arguing about this with me."
You're arguing with
Girl,
the
look at that analog clock. I
Q
want
is.
you, all of you to tell me the time. That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
It's also worth saying, I think, if I was to go be put up on the stand-up stage, I would be shit. I don't think I'd be good at it.
It would probably take me like one question to finally kind of like get into the improv part of it, because like playing D&D and then doing it on stage are kind of like two different beasts. But once you kind of learn the flow for like at a certain click, you're just like, oh, okay, I got this.
Because my mind doesn't go straight to, oh, I'm portraying a character here. My mind is just say something funny, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know. My brain too simple.
Yeah, there was a part at the beginning where they were like, introduce yourselves, and I really thought if I was gonna do like, I decided to stay closer to my actual self because I felt like that would be easier. But I did have a moment where I was like, man, what if I hit him with the baby voice? I thought about it. Like, hi, my name's Jen. I'm an English professor, and I'm a water sign, and I'm really excited to be here. Like, that was my other choice.
I'm now disappointed.
I know.
We know too much now.
You're muted, Julian.
Or maybe you should have committed to like the Anishka voice, or like
Spaghetti. Yeah.
I want to see where Valley Jen would have taken that. Now that
I don't know. That's the reason why I didn't.
It sounds like it would have gone in a different direction if you did that.
Yeah.
it's a hard commitment.
It is. I could do it. But
Wait, did you actually know what a hot pocket was, or whatever the fuck that was? Alabama
No.
hot pocket.
not until afterwards. But like,
Wait, what?
I don't lie very well. So like, or often because I'm bad at it. So
Thank you, man.
they were like, "What's the biggest lie you've ever told?" And my first thought was it was good for me too, but I was like, I can't do that. There's a person I'm
Not with him in the
actively having
crowd.
sex with in this room. I can't do that.
No, No, so okay, so tell me the Hot Pocket story real quick before we start, because I want to hear this now, please.
Well, one of the questions that the guy asked, because all the questions were designed to embarrass Andrew, the contestant. Although I didn't think they were really that embarrassing, but one of them was, "Do you know what an Alabama Hot Pocket is?" And we went through the line, and you just had to say no or yes or no, and we all said no. And then the next question was, "What was the biggest lie you've ever told?" And I couldn't think of one because, again, I don't really lie. And one of the girls, the girl who did the transphobia, she was like, "The biggest lie I've ever told was, oh, it's the biggest I've ever had." And afterwards, I'm like, oh, I've never in my life told somebody their dick was big. I don't care if their dick was big. That's not an ego boo you get from me.
Not an ego.
Listen, it just causes problems. Certainly not doing it if everyone in the room knows it's a lie. But yeah, the one girl was like, and then the other girl was like, "It's not you, it's me." And they're like, "Oh, it's a lie when women say that." And I said, every single time. Every time.
I was waiting for someone on the panel to say their biggest lie was, "I love you."
Ooh.
I was waiting for it. It's a classic.
Oh yeah.
That would have been
that would have
the
been
biggest lie
good.
would have been the fact that I didn't know what an Alabama Hot Pocket was.
That's what I said. I didn't even that's what I said because I didn't have a better one. Yeah. Well, at the very beginning, they asked like, everybody here's single, and I just did like a really expressive shrug. Everybody here's single, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like,
Jen, that's not translating them for a podcast. Come on.
yeah. Well, I made an interrogative noise also. So.
All right. Okay.
Person I've been dating for like 2 months is sitting in the audience.
I mean, it's a fair question. It's a fair answer. So,
should have asked Andrew, what's the longest word you know?
I should have. I wish we had gotten a chance to ask questions.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I mean, the longest word anybody knows.
Yeah.
Except that one.
The phobia of long words is longer than that.
Yeah, it's really long.
I have a phobia of long words, which I can't say because I have a phobia of that said word.
At the end, which really seems unfair, like after he didn't choose us, we had to go around the curtain and like show him what he missed out on. Yeah, not like that, but like you walked around the curtain so he could see what we looked like because he came in the room blindfolded. And I'm like,
I mean, that's what they did in the original dating game.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know if this man expected, I don't know if anybody can expect purple mullet, but you get what you get. All right, y'all.
All right, Zach, you're on.
Okay.
What happened last time?
Yes, very good question.
Okay, we got to Kotan's barge.
Mm-hmm.
The wild TX. I think I wrote down the wild TX. Is that the name of the boat? Because I wrote that down too.
No, his first mate is named Tyax.
Oh, right. First mate TX.
He's a gnome.
We had a drinking party because Sharp Eye wanted to forget the day before. Very much so.
It was also his attempt at bonding with Raheem, because one of the side effects of his first sip he took a drink on his own, and the side effect was that he felt like he needed to make an emotional connection with a random member of the party, and he rolled Raheem.
Yep.
So I shared
And-
my alcohol with them.
Something tells me that
Yep.
that dice was rigged.
They was hoping for it to be me instead.
I mean, I'm really rooting for somebody to fuck the Bugman before this is all over. Like that's really what I am. But you know, the story tells itself. I am but the narrator.
But the narrator.
The narrator.
Joke's on you. Nobody's gonna get the fuck the bug man.
Except a shotgun.
Except a baby shotgun. Let's see. We all drank from the demon ichor and got rolled a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
Cecilia has got a coin from something.
Mhm.
Rose got magic heartburn. And cast Hero's Feast.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Chester casts Fly on Cecilia.
Mhm.
Then we arm wrestle. First, Cecilia versus Rose. Rose wins. Then Raheem versus Rose. Raheem wins. Then Chester versus Tyax, and Chester wins.
Mhm. Yes.
Chester is able to change his voice for some reason.
Doesn't really change.
My notes are not very good.
The
We ask for directions. Koton is cryptic. Kayaks uses Dead Reckoning to locate our current location and current course, and gave us a time.
yes.
3 days.
Mhm.
We'll be in Dis in 3 days.
Yes.
Random tables happen. We took damage. Ran into the camp of hedonism, but decided to skip it.
Mhm. Nobody wanted to go to the camp of hedonism.
Sorry.
I was really sad. There was cool shit in there.
When you find something called the camp
Were
of
you prepared
hedonism
for it?
in hell, you go to the camp of hedonism.
You could have gone.
Okay.
A lot of
Like
like
you said at the end of that, you're like, I'm kind of glad you guys didn't go because I wasn't prepared for it.
Well, no, I didn't have like a map or anything, and things could have gone very poorly, to which I would have needed a map.
Fair.
But I did read what was supposed to happen in there.
next big thing happens. We arrive in Dis, the burning city of iron. Zythan contacts us. We then did some shopping.
Mhm.
Rose bought a mantle of spell resistance. Cecilia bought a spell storing Ioun stone.
Mhm.
And then I don't think I might have gotten too drunk because my words are not becoming legible.
Um,
Possible I
Zythan,
give you so-
Zythan also told you all the location of some magical items in the city of Dis.
Agora of the Floating Knives?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One of them there.
And
One of them's in Stygia, south of Stygia. Or is that there's Stygia a layer of hell?
it is a layer of hell. So some of the things you were told, several of the things you were told about are in. Hold on, that's not the right chapter. Are in the Agora of Floating Knives. There were, I think, 3 things.
There was an instrument of the bards.
Mhm.
Something of found things. A holy avenger. Cloak invisibility. And a staff of magi.
Yeah. The
Oh, and a rod of resurrection. But that one's in Stygia again.
hmm Yes. So.
I
Blah, blah,
also have
blah.
Cecilia Bangs, a crew member.
Mhm. Yes, you asked what the crew members' names were, and they are Element OP.
I also have that LMNOP. And Cecilia and Sharp Eye have a fight while she bangs said crew member
Yes.
Wow.
because we can connect mentally, and
Still very weird.
Sharp Eye doesn't
Yeah.
know.
Yes. So things that are relevant for people who were not here. Items that Zythan would have told you about. There is a manual of iron golems in Stygia in the Chasm of Found Things. There is an instrument of the bards, which is in the Agora of Floating Knives. It is the Olgam Heart is there. The Rod of Resurrection is found in Stygia in the Chasm of Found Things. We don't have a druid.
I
There's a
mean,
not anymore. There's a that doesn't apply to anybody, but there is a belt of giant strength, which is in Mineros at the Ineffable Trove. There is a cloak of invisibility, which is in the Agora of Floating Knives.
Remind me where the belt of giant strength is.
It is in Mineros. Minayoros. There is a Holy Avenger in Stygia, in the Chasm of Found Things. There is an Iron Horn of Valhalla in the Agora of Floating Knives, which is in Dis. And there is a Staff of the Magi, which is in Kania at the Sorrow Mine. But you chose the neutral patron, which they're a bunch of wizards. And thus they were like, I know where magical items are. So in the things that they mentioned that are on this level, Instrument of the Bards, blah, 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 blah. Iron Horn of Valhalla, Cloak of Invisibility. And as a reminder, the quest that the Conclave has given you is to track down a soul called the Unmaker.
The Unmaker.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And that's with Kotan.
Yeah, so you need to locate the Unmaker, and at some point you will be given the means to trap the Unmaker or destroy the Unmaker.
Okay.
All right. So there's that. Blah, blah.
And as a reminder, since I need to get into my voice already, I believe in Quinsu's soul is somewhere on this level.
Precisely. I would say we are making pretty good time.
Do we have a time limit?
I mean, before Asmodeus does whatever bullshittery he's planning.
Yeah, we should probably. Asmodeus isn't one to tarry.
Um, so as you are floating down the river Styx from Avernus into Dis, you notice that the texture of the river changes just slightly. Whereas it was a burning river of blood in Avernus, here in the burning city of Dis, the river Styx is almost black with runoff from the iron mines. And underneath its dark and churning waters, you can see just the vaguest flash of creatures beneath the waves. And you swear for a moment, if you look over the railings of the barge for slightly too long, that instead of your reflection, you see someone else in these churning black waters. A lost soul, perhaps. If you are one of the soulless on the barge, when you look down, you see nothing for a moment. And then what each of you sees is slightly different. Raheem, you see your wife. Equinsu, you see your father. Rose, you see... You don't know how to describe what it is you see. And then you realize that all you're seeing is the rose blooming from your eye, and then the thorned tendrils that you now know have leached their way through your body. It looks like a nervous system made of roots and vines and thorns. And as you move your arms or your shoulders, the roots move with you. Like they're your shadow, or you're its shadow.
Freaky.
Sharp eye. You see many faces. You see your friends. Well, the members of your gang, at the very least. One by one. The last face you see is your brother's.
It spits over the side, moves away from the railing.
You are about half a day from your destination. And as you're floating towards, you're not really sure how Kotom's barge really moves. I mean, it's a ship. It's a boat.
But it doesn't have any sails, does it?
It does not. It seems simply to move as Kotom wills it. As you see the first thing you see as you round the edge of the river Styx on this first full day in Dis. It's hard to miss the sprawling edges of the city of Dis. It spreads out in all directions. You also, Kotam, he rises from his place at the rear of the ship and gestures towards the city. This is the city of commerce. If any of what you seek is here, the Agora of Floating Knives is our most appealing destination. If you felt unwelcome in Avernus, you will feel doubly unwelcome here. Only devils are allowed in the city. You may find the city of Dis much more hostile to ones such as yourselves. But above all things, the Iron Duke is a businessman, and commerce flows freely. Blood and gold and soul coins spend. He points opposite of the city of Dis. The Agora of Floating Knives is much more hospitable to non-devils. You can sail downriver and reach it without ever having to enter the city proper, whose canals and dams make navigating by water difficult. But the Agora of Floating Knives is full of hundreds of floating stalls and huts. There is an arena. Can find many a thing. Killers, victims, theater. If you can't find what we need in the stalls of the Agora, we could have an audience with Orishida, who runs the Agora and is more willing to speak with outsiders than most.
This, how do you spell Orshida?
Orishada.
And what kind of benefits do you believe Orshida can give us?
Information? The location of things in the city?
A way into the
Perhaps.
city of Dis, if we need one.
Perhaps, though I do not know that I would recommend it. But if needs be, maybe. You can see
A question.
there. Yes.
Sorry,
Sequenza.
continue.
I was only going to point out the reason that perhaps I would avoid the city of Dis. And he points. There is the Iron Tower of Dispater, and you see jutting like a broken bone from the city. A miles tall iron tower, rusted red. You hope. Rust. where Despater rules, so to speak. Ask your question there, Quinsu.
We were in Avernus. We were searching for a package. Of course, Chester was able to find it with his excellent finding skills. But there's something about a soul that seems far more ephemeral than a physical package.
Hmm.
How does one find a soul unless it is in the form of a coin?
Hmm. Well, souls in the hells are goods as any other. If your soul has not been put into a coin, the only reliable way to transport it, save for a physical body, he gestures at you all, would be through a phylactery. So, likely, find the phylactery, find the soul. There are souls all over. Some are purchased for fun and entertainment. Some may be purchased and forced to work as slaves, perhaps. I have heard tell that some souls, those of great heroes unfortunate enough to end up here, may perhaps just become trophies and sit upon some dusty shelf in some devil's library. But,
All right.
hmm,
So coins, phylacteries, trophies.
hmm,
I'm not the only one who is missing a soul, so perhaps we should all know what we're looking for.
indeed, if you're, well, none of you are such great heroes, so probably your souls have not been taken as trophies.
Not yet.
Not yet. That is the hope.
I hope not.
You do not wish to be a great hero? Or you do not wish to be a trophy?
I don't want to be a trophy for anybody.
Noble.
All right. It sounds as though you are implying that the Agora of floating knives is the safest bet, at least to get a foothold.
It is where I would start. It is the most accessible and requires no bribery to enter the city.
Fair enough. Any other ideas?
You could hire a guide to take you through the Agora.
Do we need a guide?
Is it a complicated path?
The Agora is really more like bits of ships strung together with canals that connect them. The canals can be quite confusing and twisting. Many people may hire an imp. They serve as gondoliers, and they will guide you. It's a fairly reasonable cost, I believe.
Do these imps have protectors or pimps that would dissuade us from killing them after we've used them?
You know what a pimp is?
I do, it's in my encyclopedia.
I would dissuade you from reneging on any bargains. you make in Dis. I cannot, and certainly would prefer not at all to hold your hand through this. But if you are insistent on making that mistake, you can do so.
It's fine. I trust Chester. He was able to find a package in the middle of hell nowhere, so if anyone can find what we need, we already have the personnel necessary.
How much?
Isn't that right, Chester?
Yeah, I can do it.
How much
You
is
can
an
tell.
imp?
How much? 10 gold.
It's not bad.
I would also advise you to not be careful when you touch things made of iron here. For it burns those with an eye for justice.
So,
Kayaks, you got a translation for whatever that means?
Oh, if you're a good person, a lawful person, well, good, perhaps not lawful. Most of the devils here are pretty lawful, at least in Dis. Keep their word. So if a creature in Dis gives you your word, gives you their word, and you accept, you are bound to your word in this city. You
Don't make promises. Got it.
do not make promises you do not intend to keep. This is not the place for that. So if you find a pretty girl and you'd like to go home with her, just tell her straight up that you're going to leave before she wakes up the next morning.
also, don't make deals that you intend to keep and cannot keep.
Raheem,
Correct.
But
don't make deals.
all deals that I've made, I have kept.
As far as the iron goes, though, those not regular iron that makes up this city that they're mining up there in the mountains. Infernal iron, and if I don't know from personal experience, but if you're good, you touch it, it burns. It's like, yeah. Have you ever heard of a magic 8-ball?
I've heard of a magic 20 ball.
It's very similar. So, you can ask the magic 20 ball, if you will. Oh, is this person good? Is this person not good? And then you've got a 1 in 20 chance of rolling well enough to find it out. But if you really want a shortcut, here at least, just throw a piece of iron at them, and if they're good, it hurts. If they're not good, it still hurts because you've hit them with a piece of iron. But
Master Rahim, I think we need to get ourselves a slingshot.
I'm thinking I need to cap my bullets with iron.
I just Raheem just think of something. I don't even know if I can touch it. Also, Slip, why do you need it? Why are you asking about the imp? The cost of an imp, just out of curiosity.
Well, the imp would be the guide, and it's been suggested that a guide may be helpful to us, and if the cost is low, I mean, we are wealthy by all means.
Okay.
I have 12,595 gold pieces.
And I can cover people if you need it.
But Iquinsu does not believe that the imp is necessary.
Well, I did not say that. If you wanted to get an imp, by all means, you're just smarter than I am.
That is
Yes.
factually untrue. Master Rahim, do you want the imp? I shall pay for it if you do.
No, I think we should be fine.
Then we put our full fate and destiny in Chester's hands.
You want to put our destiny.
Wait a minute.
Yes, Chester.
When you
And a
say it like
kombucha.
that, that sounds
Just,
like I already
I'm
found
like,
what I need.
Are you like just I am honestly with the Quetsu on this one. You were able to, find what you were looking for, practically
Let,
in the
let,
middle of nowhere.
let me just say this. I will do my best, but I'm not going to make promises.
This is a good place to not make promises. We only
Yeah,
set good intentions and make our best effort.
Yeah, we just talked about not making promises. So.
It's likely a good plan. Go in with, well, perhaps I have a bit of advice that the boss probably will not tell you, because while I may not have been to the camp of hedonism, I have spent a fair time in the gore of floating markets, of floating knives. The markets there, you are well likely to see things that are disturbing, of a explicit and vicious nature. There's a market of killers, a market of victims. It is exactly what it sounds like. Be careful how you deal with the Nyoji. They can be a bit crafty. But
What now?
Nyoji look like big old spiders. Ish. Devil spiders. Not winning any beauty contest, that's for sure. But regardless of what you see, regardless of what people do around you, poker face. Because if you look like you don't belong, it could lead to trouble.
I have no face.
It is a fact that I've noticed, and I find it disturbing.
I will make my saunter as convincing as possible.
Well, do you mean to tell me that you intend to lie by means of the way you walk?
That is correct.
I think he means he's going to walk with intention, therefore people won't bother him.
Well, I want to see this. I want to see this robot man show me how he lies with his walk.
Let's see here. Lies with the walk.
Catwalk.
What role is that?
Performance check?
Yeah, I would say
Performance?
performance. Yeah.
Body language?
Oh. You keep looking back at Raheem to see if you're doing it right.
Yeah. Raheem, are my steps in good cadence?
Hey, Quintu, are his steps in good cadence? I don't know.
No.
His steps are beautiful.
Okay, then
You are
they're
so
beautiful.
graceful.
You're very graceful.
Thank you, Master.
Roll lies. Roll.
I said no. Nah,
I don't know. I can't see
No,
how he's walking.
Quinsu is rolling.
Yeah.
Slightly better than his performance.
No, you realize that a Quinsu is lying.
My insight roll is 9.
Yes, Slap does not realize that a Quinsu is lying. Like, Schlep, you like trip like twice because you're looking to see if Raheem approves, and then you realize, fuck, he can't see me. And then you start looking at other people, and you're like, no, I'm doing well. And yeah, it's not. He looks like a tourist who keeps pausing to check his cell phone in Times Square to see if he's going to the right place. Somebody is gonna pickpocket this robot.
I see drunk men walk better than that.
Mm. I'm a little disappointed. You said that with such confidence. Not everyone can be as good at a saunter as Tyax, though.
That is true. I am not the best at sauntering. I will not claim that title.
I have a map of the Agora, if you so like. It's fairly basic, but
Yeah, probably no one. Since we're not going to be getting a guide, knowing all the major locations is probably a good idea.
perhaps.
I still think maybe we should hire a guide.
I mean, that would take a lot of pressure off of me since I've never been here before. Just saying.
First time I've been here too.
It's actually not the first time I've been here, but I am no guide.
And you have in fact been to the Agora of Floating Knives before.
Oh.
Though the only place you went was the Theater of Barges.
Tell you what, we're going to hire an imp to guide us, and we're going to make Rose pay for it.
Excuse me?
Perfect.
I am broke. I already spent a lot of money on this cloak.
Do you not have 10 gold?
No.
Looks at Rahim.
Insight check. I have a passive insight of 22.
Yeah.
God,
A
nobody
plus
can lie-
9.
Nobody can lie for shit today.
Yeah.
I avoid eye
see.
contact.
I got a
immediately when he
17.
said that.
I have a passive of 17 too.
Yeah, I avoid eye contact. Just walk off. Like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
Get out of here. I'm
I'll
not
pay
paying
for
for
it.
it.
She says
It's okay,
that.
I'll pay for it.
Well, as
10 gold.
you get closer to the Agora of Floating Knives, I don't know now why I have to. I'm narrating with Tyx's voice.
Reasons.
Yeah. The Agora of Floating Knives sits in an artificial lagoon. It's square and shadowed by high walls. It is a great armada of floating stalls and huts, houseboats, and rising from its heart, an entire palace born on the deadly waters. Imps and other menial demons can be seen plying gondolas along the narrow channels separating the establishments. And as you get closer, I would like for someone, to roll on the random encounter table for me. So roll a d6.
Alright, I got it. Grabby roll, here we go! 6.
That's gotta be
Oh
good, right?
no.
What do you
Oh,
mean, oh
no.
no?
What do you mean, oh no?
No.
What do you
Like,
mean,
oh no for you, but like, oh yes for us.
Oh no.
right?
Oh yeah!
So
Oh,
as you're coming around and you're all looking at the Agora of Floating Knives, and now that you're this close, you feel like perhaps going to the Agora is safer anyway, because the city of Dis sits in a constant low smog from all of the smelting of iron. And if touching iron in this place can burn you, breathing it in probably doesn't seem like a great idea either. But as you're looking, those of you who have a perception of above 20, a passive perception above 20, hear it first. There's a faint whistle.
Your mic can pick it up.
yeah, you might didn't pay it.
Well, I whistled. I'm not very good at
Believe
it,
you.
so the mic is like,
That's
fuck you. So there's a faint whistle at first, coming from the mountains that line the river. And then it gets louder. And roll me another d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2.
Oh, it lands on Raheem.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, I'm.
A,
Damn it.
a blazing orb of iron, seemingly ejected from a faraway mine, lands on Raheem. It
Oh my.
explodes,
Oh,
and every creature in a 20-foot radius sphere, which is everyone on the fucking boat,
Good.
um,
dexterity saving throw.
must make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great
Oh, boy.
input.
Fuck shit.
You. Well, not that it matters.
Oh yeah.
You're standing next to me, you get a +4.
What's great? Oh, great.
We're standing next to you.
Oh, it's not saving
Everybody's standing
dexterity
next to you.
saving throws.
Everyone is standing next to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
but-
is technically.
Yeah, I don't know if it helps.
Mine's not adding a modifier for some reason.
Did you update yours?
It should have. I have to
Also-
automatic update.
Also, I don't want to waste that on this. Fuck it, I'll take the damage.
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Indomitable!
God, what was the damage?
Indomitable. Okay. Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Oh,
Oh
better.
no. So one of the crew members dies outright.
Mm.
Oh, no.
It's P.
No.
Mm,
He was cool.
Yeah. Kotom and Tyax both save. Which is good. If you rolled below a 17, you are taking sixty fire damage.
65.
60
And-
fire damage.
16, that's what I heard, right?
No, 60 and 68 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
So 128 damage total.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
down.
Suffocate everyone.
Half?
Yeah, if you succeed, you take half, which is 64. So it's 128 total if you fail.
I only have a total of 93, so there's that.
I'm 95. I'm down 2.
No.
Nobody's automatically dead though.
No, technically no.
No.
Technically.
Yeah.
Down. Down
Yeah,
and
okay.
out.
I take the
Okay.
full damage and I'm still up.
Great, so let's go
Right.
here.
I just hear a whistle and I'm like,
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I rolled great and it came out bad.
So this guy just fucking eats it. This guy is unconscious because he saved. Kotom saved and takes 68. Ajax saves and takes 68. Cool. So, who is unconscious?
I am.
Okay.
Like half the party. More than half the party.
Raheem, Rose,
shit.
Chester. Hold on, Quincy's on a different level. There he is.
I had the craziest dream that I was a pocket watch. Oh shit!
Yes. Okay. Sharp Eye, you're not dead. Cool. So
Oh,
this iron ball
Coughs up a lot of blood. Just- oh.
shatters on the ground, and these are the members of your party that are fucked up.
Rose, what was your dex save modifier?
Mine?
Rose's.
Oh, 7. It was low. Like,
Oh, you're.
I just missed the margin.
Wait, no, you're standing 10 feet with me, so you get a +4.
Oh, then it's saved.
yay! Are you still up?
Yeah, if she only takes 68, then she's still up.
I'm also still up. Sorry, I think I read it. Or who's down. But I'm
Oh,
actually-
good. All right, so I'm gonna run over to Chester.
I will. I guess. Find whoever knows.
I think.
Didn't we buy healing potions?
Yeah, we have healing potions. I have one in the bag of holding.
I'll just
Superior
use yours
ability.
because for some reason I didn't put any in my inventory.
Kotom
Yeah.
wanders over to where P is just like smashed into the deck, puts a hand on him, and casts Raise Dead.
Wait, is he bringing him back to life or bringing him back as a zombie?
Back to life.
Okay.
I'm gonna hunt him. 'Cause it'll just,
I mean, either way, does it matter?
Yeah.
Quincy, 10 lay on hands to you.
I'll take it. It's,
I was not expecting that.
I don't think any of us was.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No.
Nope. Nobody expects it.
So, you all have taken all of this damage. And now you know something very valuable about Kotom, which is that he has the ability to bring the dead back to life. And if you recall, if we go back in the Wayback Machine to when we first started this, if you are a soulless creature, as long as your body is not destroyed, any resurrection spell will work on you no matter how long you have been dead. While you are in the hells, as long as your body is whole, you can be brought back to life if you do not have a soul. If your body is destroyed, there is no way you're coming back. So reincarnation does not work. You have to be whole. So, like, if somebody's got, like, a molar or, like, a toenail of you and you're betting on them to cast and reincarnate on you, nope. Doesn't work in the hells.
It's even a small hair off of the person that can't get him. He's back. He's dead.
Yep, dead.
No.
The hair follicle's gone. He's dead. I can't get him back.
Well, and last session, was there
Freaking
ever a long rest involved?
Yes.
There was.
Okay,
Yeah,
so my
everybody had gotten a long rest.
my
Only like 2
tailpipe
days
is available.
because we lost all the effects of the
Hero
Yeah.
suit.
beast.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end of day 3. You are making it to today.
So we can't take a long rest for another while long.
what in the world was that?
Great accident.
I don't know, but it hurt.
Tyak says, "Oh, well, look at that. It's a bit of, sometimes the mines get a little out of control over there. If you hit too close to a sulfur pocket, sometimes they just explode. So all of this," and he points to the detritus on the deck. It's iron. It's worth a fair bit of gold if you're so inclined. I'd say he counts. I'd say it's worth somewhere in the region of 2,000 if you were to collect it all. But if you don't want it, he takes out a broom and starts sweeping it into a pile.
Hey, I didn't
Well-
say I didn't want it. Give me that.
Give me that. Seeing as how we're like sailing, you know,
Mhm.
we're in movement, and so I will pull out my tailpipe and say, "All right, we can either go below deck and hotbox my tailpipe fumes, or you
Okay.
all can line up behind me, and the wind will carry the fumes all the way down the conga line."
Oh, hotbox.
Everything.
It's definitely hotbox's space.
Yeah. So,
Use your fucking tailpipe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to a very small, like, area below deck and you crank it, and it's like running, like choking and running a chainsaw in a small area with carbon monoxide just kind of flowing out.
Yep.
But instead it's this pink mist, and I'm going to activate my tailpipe. Which
Also, as this is happening, you all hear the rather disturbing noises of Cecilia getting it on with the crew member, which is why they were not on deck to get murdered by that hailstone from hell.
Oh joy.
It sounds remarkably like a squealing pig.
well, geez Louise, right down the middle here, y'all.
And in fact, you think you hear Cecilia say, "Squeal like a pig."
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a Deliverance reference.
I wonder if the watermelon is involved somehow.
I'm pretty sure that one's an observer.
Harold's
Why?
definitely involved.
Harold's in the cuck chair.
I'm writing. I need to write that down.
That's a note.
Everyone
Harold in a
receives 26 healing from the hotbox.
Oh, that's great. That's way better, more than I had before.
Alright, so hold on real quick. Just before I'm clear, Zach, did you use my potion on me?
I used your potion on you.
Okay.
Are we gonna
He
like?
went through his pockets.
Are we gonna just
Yeah.
like dock and like short rest the rest of this health back up?
Oh, I thought we still had like an hour till we get to the thing.
Yeah, listen.
So you have a couple of hours
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember,
let's-
the distances in hell are deceptive and ever changing. So when you all come back, Tyax leans his head down and huffs a big breath when he opens the door.
Most particularly distances.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that
Everybody,
means- tell me
everybody take 3d4 damage from that vicious mockery that just
No.
happened. The pun
No.
damage.
Fuck.
how-
Fuck.
take off
I need to
tailpipe
do-
healing.
No, I'm joking.
After
Uh,
that, I
how
need one
much-
of these.
How much was the total on that, Q?
26.
26.
Tyax leans down and says, "We've got probably 2 hours until we've docked. You want me to take you to a gondolier station? You're gonna hire an imp?"
I believe Chester was offering. Is that correct?
I mean, if that's what we want, I can do it. I've got 16,500 and 600 gold. 16,600 gold.
Perfect.
Right.
With that, we can each get an imp.
Holy shit!
What the just happened?
What's going on? What's going on?
This is making up for you you epically
Yeah.
failing the last
It
time.
rolled a 2d4, or it rolled a 2d10 plus 4. What's the 2d10 for?
That's my hit dice. I'm rolling
You
two
hit
of them,
dice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, we're taking a short rest?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
okay.
can take a short rest.
and I just rolled tens on all of my dice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that means you're gonna roll double ones the next time you use that shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay. So just get all them back.
Oh my god.
What the fuck was that?
Hey.
That is Equinsu using all his hit dice.
Yeah.
There we go.
Holy moly.
When you always you need to use a lot of hit dice.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, I used 3 of my rogues.
Oh.
I've got 5 of my fighter to use.
Mm. Okay.
Blah blah blah.
There we go.
Notes for making an adventure into hell: randomly throw a fireball at the party.
Listen. Yes.
Yes.
Listen.
I mean, I thought a 6 was gonna give us something good, but obviously it's bad. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a
Almost party
hint
wipe.
for all of these random tables, the highest number you can roll is the worst one.
I see.
Also,
like
Good to know.
666 number of the D. Yeah, I get it.
okay, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
But also, we're in hell. I'm pretty sure the best thing we can get is devils appear.
Yeah, fair. It's just what kind of devils. All right. Cool. That concludes the
Random encounter.
random encounter for when you enter this.
Well, that's all my hit die.
All right.
That's right.
So we're gonna go to this one. This is the basics of the map that Kayaks gives you. I'm a really bad speller, so he just marked the interesting areas with little X's. He points them out to you.
Right. I only see the A numbers.
That's they're all labeled A. So he points them out. This right here, this is the arena. A1. A2 is the Nyoji shop. That's in the outer agora. Easy to get to. They've got a lot of very interesting stuff in there. Very interesting stuff. The last time I was there. Yeah, the last time I was there, they had a Mace of Terror, Sword of Life Stealing. I think they even had a Helm of Brilliance. Nothing I could afford, but very shiny. Once you get in a little bit, you've got over here A3. That's the Barges of Theater. Lots of crazy shit in there. They've got a lot of street torturers. My experience, I've been to Baldur's Gate. I've been to Waterdeep. I didn't like Waterdeep very much. Too clean.
Been to Ravnica?
I have been to Ravnica. I have. Riot weeks, I try to take a holiday. Riot week's quite a place.
That's a fucking hell of a holiday.
Well, how many things can you say besides Baldur's Gate? And it's not really a traditional greeting so much as it is a warning in Baldur's Gate, where you greet people by stabbing them.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends on where you're at in Baldur's Gate. That's usually not the normal greeting.
No, that's what I'm saying. In Baldur's Gate, you might get greeted by being stabbed, but it's not the traditional greeting.
No.
Over here, the A4, that's the Market of Killers. It's exactly what it sounds like. You can hire a killer there, assassins, the lot.
Oh, is it this? This is the first time I've heard of this place. I could have got so much business from here.
Well, in the Market of Killers or the Market of Victims? Because that's the next place. A5 is the Market of Victims. This is a very particular kind of clientele come to the Market of Victims. Very particular.
Could you describe the particularity of this kind of client?
When they've got a hankering for something specific in their victims, the Market of Victims is. Alright, I'm not saying this man is my friend. Just a fella that I know. But.
Is this serial killer Walmart?
You got it. You've been there before?
No. I've heard about it. Well, if you're a serial killer, you have a particular kind of person you want to kill.
The Bugman's right. this is where you get something very particular. I knew a fella, not my friend. I want to make that clear, not my friend. Though he was very funny after you got him a little bit drunk. Great jokes, that one. But he liked liver an awful lot.
Wait,
Well, like
humanoid?
liver. Yeah.
Liver?
But his taste, and I don't know where you get these tastes. I don't know. I didn't ask. Like I said, not my friend. Not my friend. He preferred to have Aarakocra liver. But you know how on the material plane they make foie gras?
Gesundheit?
Sure.
All right, so it's fatty duck liver is foie gras, right? But what they do is they put a tube down the goose. They put a tube down the goose's throat and just pour grain down it until it gets a fatty liver, and then they eat it. So that's what he liked, but with Aarakocra.
Jesus H. Christ.
I don't recommend
Alright.
it. I don't recommend it, but
What in the cockroach Jesus did you just say right there? I reckon a humanoid tube.
it's according to him it was a delicacy. I never ate at his house. Never ate at his house.
Writing that down. Don't eat
Not
it.
my friend.
I mean,
Interesting.
to each their own, I guess.
You know? And that bit in the middle, the big palace bit, that's a palace. That's Oroshitis Palace. The A6.
Now I
Please
can't
don't
get a
go there
tube out
because
of an
that's the only
Aarakocra
one of these I
spread.
don't have a map for. Don't go there today because that's the only one that it's like that's far down the list. They won't get that far. It's fine.
Which one do you not have a map for? I'm sorry.
The palace.
It's
All right, that's where we're going first.
All right, guys. I think we're
All right,
probably
good
gonna
night.
find any questions.
Good night.
Good night.
All right.
See you next week. So if you'll come in up here. He points up here. Hold on. Oop, there we go. You'll enter in by where it says the Agora floating knives up there. There's a series of locks. The gondolier station is up close. Mind that you're very direct with the imps. Tell them exactly where it is you're wanting to go. Be specific.
Oh, is this like making a wish with a genie?
Something like that, yeah. Mostly imps are capricious creatures.
Can you accidentally wish your soul away with a genie?
I think you could.
Did you do that?
No, I did not do that.
I mean, I think you probably could, yeah.
Hmm.
I know this genie once. Big blue lady. Real mean. But like in a funny kind of way. Terrifying. But also kind of hot. But mostly scary. She'd probably wish away your soul if she got the opportunity.
charming.
Well,
I could see it.
do we just find any old imp?
Oh, I could. As you get closer, you'll see a kind of like. You ever been to like like a downtown area where there's like a lot of bars and drunk people, and there's like a station that's just full of like rickshaws.
Yeah.
And like all of the rickshaws all have like different. They're all decorated differently to try and get people to ride on their rickshaw and all of that.
Tuk-tuks.
Yeah, you're getting that impression here. inside the first lock, and it's much too small for Kotam's barge to fit in, so you would have to take a gondola, whether you hired the gondola with an imp or just hired the gondola and attempted it yourself. You would need to have a smaller vessel to make your way through these canals. But you see the gondolier station, and buzzing around it like flies on a pile of shit are imps. A bunch of little imps. And there's an array of different gondola there. And you do spare a moment to wonder how these little imps manage to steer a gondola big enough for multiple medium-sized creatures. But ultimately you're going to chalk it up to magic, maybe. And there is an imp who is wearing a little white dress shirt with a collar, short sleeves, a red tie, and his tiny little pocket. He's got a couple of pins, and above that, he's wearing a name tag.
Oh, what does the name tag say?
It says, Todd. There's an apostrophe in the middle, though.
Fucking Todd.
Yeah. It's T-O apostrophe D-D.
Hey, Quincy, would you like to ask for his curriculum vitae and interview him?
You think that he has a CV? Do we really need a strenuous interview process?
I don't know how strenuous it needs to be, but at least is...
Hey, imp guy,
All right.
do you know your way around here?
Manager here. My name's Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
I'm the manager, yeah. Yeah, I could get
Yeah,
you
do you
wherever
know
you need
your
to
way
go.
around here?
Well, yeah, I do, but I'm not for sale. I'm not for hire. I'm here to set you up with one of my guys. And he points
Well,
up
but
at
see, I like you because you have a name tag. And you look like you know your way around here, so I want to hire you.
He pushes his glasses up on his little imp nose. I mean, I don't have like a day rate. My job is to sit here with the clipboard, and then I assign people out.
I'll pay you 5 gold a day.
Each of them are 10 gold a day, so no.
I'll pay you 15 gold a day.
Art of the deal.
All right, 12 gold a day for you
You
specifically.
went down.
Well, I don't even have a gondola.
Oda, I don't think you
13 gold a day.
understand. Chester gets what he wants.
All right, you pushed me to my limit. 15 gold a day.
Dear God, dear God, Chester, stop making gold go up. No, you'll hire one of your guys.
Well,
You just see
listen.
Chester go,
Oh, that's bad. Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, I think I have to talk to my manager because I can't leave the station unmanned.
We just said you're the manager.
No, I'm.
Every manager's got a manager, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't own the place. I just manage the guys, and then there's a guy who manages us. I don't work here all day. There's a union, you know.
well, there's a reason why you're the manager, and that's why I want to hire you.
There's a union in hell. I thought it was just all hierarchies all the way up and down.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
Well, so there didn't used to be an imp union, but I met a really, but you know, we met. You ever met one of the representatives from the Skeleton Union? They're very convincing.
This is a great story so far. Continue.
Oh, you really want to? I puts his hand. This imp is Donald ducking, just wearing a shirt and tie, no pants. Puts his hands on his hips.
You know, Todd, why don't you go talk to your manager so we can get this show on the road? $15 gold a day, you plus a gondola. Let's go.
Yes,
on.
that's what I was asking to see you, man.
Oh, okay. I'll be back. And he puts out a little sign that says back in 5 minutes on the front
Hey
desk.
guys, if I'm paying for this, I'm gonna have
This
the
is the way.
best. Okay, that's how this works.
I swear to God, Chester, if he goes into that door and a fucking pit fiend wearing a suit and still Donald Ducking comes out, I'm shooting you myself.
Hey, listen, it's not your gold. Don't worry about it.
Oh no. Are you the type of patient that walks into a clinic or hospital setting and demands the most experienced doctor on staff for the same rate as any other doctor?
No, I just go to a cleric. I'm not stupid.
Well, not all clerics are the same.
That's true.
No, I just go see. I go see my friend L. He's in the. He's a good cat.
That is a
All right.
relief.
So, what comes out is not a pit fiend.
Oh, thank goodness.
It
Thank
is,
goodness.
however, a spined devil.
Shit.
Oh, that's
Why-
not good.
It's worse.
I got this, guys. I got this. Don't worry. I got this.
So,
Were we supposed to be keeping low profile?
I just straighten
I mean-
my clothes and stand up a little straighter, even though it doesn't really make a difference.
so the spined devil, he's got a long tail, with 12 spines on it. Spines down his back. He is not Donald Ducking it.
Porky-pig.
He is completely naked and wearing a tie.
Nice tie,
Um,
sir.
And he's got his name tag just pinned into the flesh of his chest.
I imagine he's also wearing like those like old grandpa glasses.
Yeah, he's got like the half spectacle readers and they're
Yeah,
very
exactly.
far down. Like this.
That's how I'm imagining him too.
It says, so guys, Todd here is telling me that you want to hire Todd right off at the front desk here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's really not how we do stuff around here. But
Preparing interest.
I like him. There's a reason why he's in the position he is. He knows his way around. I want to hire him.
Not to mention he's super adorable.
In fact, is he for sale?
Well,
No,
I'm not going that
no,
far.
all right, stop.
Whoa, chill.
You guys, I got this. I got
talk to the union representative about that. Everything's for sale in this, but you do have to talk to the union representative for imps in particular, which was kind of a bummer.
Sharp Eye will connect everyone mentally and just go, there is no way in hell we can pay those union dues.
You just hear Chester go mentally, I got this. Don't worry about it.
No, we do not have the soul coins.
I wasn't going to go there.
I'll tell you what, fellas. You want to hire Todd here? Oh, jeez. He said it was 15 gold a day?
15's my final offer. I'm not budging.
It doesn't have a gondola done. He looks up at the imps that are flying around, snaps his fingers and points. Beatrice, Todd here. If you don't mind, Todd here is gonna borrow your gondola for the next however many days that these fine fellas here need his services. Congratulations, you've been promoted. Go get a shirt and tie from the back room.
You
Now.
hear mentally, everybody here's mentally, you see, that's how you do business.
And Todd's like, oh gosh. But... But listen, Rudolph, it's been a long time since I did. Are you sure that I have to? These nice fellas, they want to hire you. They think that you're the best. You're just going to have to go out there and do your best, Todd. I believe in you.
I believe in you too, Todd.
So Beatrice comes back out, and she is also Donald Ducking it in a white Wait, button-up shirt and a red tie, and she doesn't have a name tag because she's just been suddenly promoted. So she has written with a pen her name above the breast before. Yeah, but she wrote it like looking down at herself, so the letters are kind of funny. And so she takes the clipboard from Todd and sits on the placard. She's like, "Hiya, fellas."
Well, hey there.
That don't sound like a teacher, but okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that chick's name from Shrek is. Like, who's the guy? Sorry,
Oh.
Yeah.
Doris?
Doris,
what they're-
yeah,
Doris,
Doris.
yeah, Doris.
Be careful with my gondola out there. She pulls a little to the left, needs an alignment, but I treat her real good.
You hear that, Todd?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go and pull the gondola up. Yep.
Right, yep.
How many?
He needs both hands to count how many you are.
Okay.
And he goes around back.
Beatrice, what can you tell me about Todd?
I mean, not the worst manager I've ever had. I haven't had to try and eat this one yet.
Perfect. That's all I need to know.
Can't hold his drinks. He's real bad at karaoke. But he always suggests karaoke for team outings.
I think he just wants to see you guys have fun. That sounds like a good manager.
Was
Todd
Todd
gets outside of his comfort zone so you guys can enjoy yourself. A good manager.
was Todd promoted based on merit or for other reasons?
Well, you just saw how I got promoted.
Did we just buy, like, literally buy a fucking imp?
we did not buy
We didn't
him.
buy. Yeah, we rented. So
Sharpeye, you need to get this buy thing out of your head.
Sharpeye, do you
Yeah.
have slavery trauma?
Yeah, you and me both.
Don't get me wrong, fellas. You could buy an imp around here, just not from the gondoliers station. There's a very good gondoliers imp union. If you're looking to buy an imp, I think you're probably going to have to go to you know the market of victims maybe, or you could try the barges of theater. Though most of the time the imps you get over there are already in pieces.
We'll worry about that bridge when we get to it. We need to see how good you are before we think about buying you.
Why don't we go to...
This looks like a bottle of medicine you're drinking out of.
It's a kombucha.
It's kombucha. It's the booch.
Oh, it is medicine.
Yes. So you hear it almost sounds like an outboard motor, and the gondola comes around the corner, and you see Todd on the long stick in the back, and he's just flapping his wings really fast.
Can you use it in a sentence?
My boy Todd.
He pulls it up, and Beatrice's gondola has a pair of truck nuts hanging off the back.
Oh.
Says, if you can read this, get off my ass. Yeah,
I just turn around to Beatrice. Country girls do it in the mud, right, Beatrice?
You got it.
And now imagine Todd driving this thing with his squeaky voice.
She's installed lighting under the edge.
Just in the wheel wells. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Beatrice says, Todd, this better come back in one piece. Or it's gonna be your nuts hanging off the back of it next time.
He's like, oh yeah, no, I totally got this, Beatrice. I have A+ driving record, promise. So guys, wait, what are you guys' names?
Todd, I'm Chester.
Chester. Okay. Chester, and
Rose.
Rose. All right. Chester.
I guess it's all right. Sharp eye.
Okay. You've been in hell for a while, huh?
Yes, I have.
That's how you know about the union dues.
Was that a broadcast? Oh.
Well, all right then, quiet fellas. I guess we'll get this show on the road. Come on in.
The rest of our names are difficult to pronounce. Don't worry about it.
That's true.
Oh, do I give the impression that I have cultural insensitivity and that I would not try to I wouldn't pronounce your names correctly because I am culturally insensitive? Oh no.
Todd.
He pulls out a little thing and writes it down. I'm gonna have to take that to HR. There's gonna have to be a discussion at the next union meeting.
Well,
God, I don't think it's that. I think they're thinking about the other thing.
Not to mention the robot's currently distracted by thinking of a naked shirtless man.
Oh. Well, that's understandable. Like, you know. So, I mean, I don't really have powers or anything, but okay. Get in the boat.
All right.
I get in
We
the
get in the boat. Imp, where will we look to
Please,
find
Todd.
souls? Todd the imp.
What do you want? You want souls?
We want to find some souls. Yes.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
Is that the shop of the spider people? Is that?
I mean, that would be a
This
good place to start. They've got a lot of stuff. So souls are one of the hottest commodities. Though also you can get condensed order around here. There's a big trade in that, but that's a little hush hush on the back end. Yeah, you want to go see the Neoji?
Mhm.
Does anyone have any objections?
no, I think that's a good place to
Please
start.
take
Running this
us there,
thing,
Todd.
Quinsu, this is your story, man.
Well, I don't know about that. I trust you, Chester, with my life.
Sharp eye is gonna get close to the imp and go. If someone wanted to get condensed order, where would he go?
You want some condensed order? Well, you could I would probably hit up the barges, the theater. You could get some there. There's a merchant who sells it there. If do you want to get it on like the DL? I can't guarantee it wouldn't be cut with other stuff, but it'd be way cheaper.
Yeah, I'd be fine with finding it in the barge.
Oh, okay. Susan is gonna be so disappointed. Nobody ever takes her up on it. She's not a very good drug dealer, but she tries real hard.
You know what?